the point is, what is the point? Where was I going with this? Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie and welcome back to my channel, back to Chubby. Today is a do it with me weight loss video. The meal that I'm gonna show you is very, very simple, which I'm all about. It is like, just so hot. Like, I've got the air conditioner on. I think it's only like 90 degrees, but I just can't seem to get cool today. Don't mind my lamp here that doesn't have a shade yet. It was on clearance, and I don't really have a shade that fits it yet. It also doesn't really fit in this room, like it doesn't really go in here. I haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. We need to redo our bedroom, and I don't mean like we just need to paint. I mean like the plaster needs to be repaired and the ceiling needs to be fixed and some of the wiring is kind of janky, and like we actually need to remodel the bedroom. Remodel is a strong word too. Somewhere between redecorate and remodel is what we need to do in the bedroom, so this might end up going in there. I don't know. None of this matters. I'm a little bit frazzled. As I've mentioned several times, I'm not actually on contract right now. My contract for the school year is up. I'm on a 10-month contract. I'm not gonna go into a whole bunch of stuff, but with the kind of state position that I had, which is an appointed position, at the end of the appointment, they have to open it up to a search. So basically now I've got to reapply to my job. So I'm fairly confident everything's gonna go fine, but it's just a little bit of added stress. I would be able to handle that fine. I mean, I got the job to begin with, and it's been going pretty well. But the thing that is really stressing me out right now is, okay. So I'm on a 10-month contract right now, right? That means that I have June and July off, and then I start back in August. Well, when you end a contract at the university, there's supposed to be a 45-day window before they turn all your stuff off. So you should be able to get into your email for about a month and a half, get everything out, make sure you've got all your documents saved, get into several programs I'm not gonna name because you don't really need to know them, but make sure all of, for example, your invoices have been filed and paid. Make sure that your class listing for next semester is still correct. Make sure that you can finish up any projects, clients, students, whatever that you have, and make sure that you have access to things in case the people who are working on a 12-month contract who are there over the summer have questions. You can get into your stuff and answer those questions for them. So there's supposed to be this 45-day grace period where they don't shut anything off. And then normally by then, by the end of the 45-day grace period, you will have signed your contract for the next year, and then they would reactivate your account for days leading up to when you actually start so that you can start getting in contact with the people you need. In theory, and in the past, in practice, none of my stuff should ever be shut off. I should still be able to get into my email account, my OnBase, my Canvas, everything. They turned off my account, which shouldn't happen at all. Even if I wasn't coming back next semester, it shouldn't have been turned off. Not only did they turn it off, they seem to have deleted everything. So I have lost hundreds of very important emails. I don't have access to, like, I've tried several times to get some invoices to go through that have to be paid. Like, we ordered something, they invoiced us, and we have to pay them. I've tried several times to get them to go through. The person who would normally approve them says they just won't complete. Something is wrong with them. We tried it from a Mac, which is in my office, and a Windows computer to see if that was the problem, because on a Mac I can't access this other thing I need called InfoPath. That's beside the point. That didn't work. I'm gonna have to have someone else take time out of their job to help me upload some invoices for the third time and see if she can get them to go through, because they turned it off. I can't access my enterprise accounts. So when you work for a big company sometimes, or if you work for a university or a state employee, they will buy a software license that covers all of their employees, right? So I work doing graphic design. We have 2 clients we're trying to wrap up, 3 clients we're trying to wrap up right now. One of them we're trying to design a website for. So using like Dreamweaver and Muse, that's out because the Adobe program is an enterprise account and they shut my email down and all the accounts that go with it. So I can't use the stuff I need to finish things for our final clients of this pilot program this semester. That also means I had to use an outdated version of InDesign to finish one of the journals. It also means that I couldn't get into Illustrator to finish a logo design for a client. I can't get approval for a purchasing thing we aren't even making until next semester, but the process has to be started now. The point is, I'm a little stressed. Okay, to drastically oversimplify, what my job is in 2 parts. Okay, I work in this publishing center and I manage the publishing center and some of the publications that come out of there, and I teach creative writing. That's one half of it. The other half of it is managing this brand new pilot program where student interns do everything that a design or advertising agency would do. And some people were a little bit leery of hiring students to do that work. It's part of my job, having experience with all the things they're going to be asked to do and having done it myself, is to oversee things and to be there over the summer. So like if we have 2 of our graphic designers graduate, which they did, I'm supposed to be there over the summer to make sure and handle any follow-up questions, adjust any files, be able to be gotten a hold of if they need something, and then make sure that next semester, if we're continuing with that client, everything passes along smoothly. Well, now those people can't even get in touch with me. So because of my job, I'm all over campus. I might be half a mile away at the copy center, I might be in the basement, I might be upstairs, I might be teaching class, I might be in a meeting, I might be in Kansas City. You never know. So most people who need to get a hold of me know to call my cell phone, which is fine. But people who don't normally need to get a hold of me that way or would normally email me, if they try and call the number that's supposed to go to my office, they aren't going to be able to get a hold of me because I have a voice over IP phone, which doesn't work now. Okay, listen. After I edit this, I don't know how long it's going to be. I've been ranting for like 10 minutes about this. I'm very stressed. There's been 4 or 5 people trying to fix it. Even if they can get the email account back, there's stuff in there that I will never be able to get back that I really need. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm home for the day. I'm home at a decent time because there's not very much I can do. So, in an abrupt shift in topic, let's talk about meal prep. We're keeping it very light and simple this week. So we're going to be having some tinfoil fish packets this week. So I'm going to start with some fish as well as some asparagus. You can use whatever vegetable you want though. We're also going to have some cherry tomatoes, a lemon, and then for herbs you can use whatever you want, but I decided to use rosemary and sage. We're also going to be having some garlic and butter in these, and the only real tools I'm going to use are a garlic press and a knife. So the first thing I'm going to do is very roughly cut off the rind of this lemon. You can absolutely leave it on, but it's sort of bitter to me and I don't really like the taste. So I'm just going to chop this off real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it into slices and set those aside. And then I'm going to get out a piece of tinfoil and layer in some of my asparagus first. Maybe. Then I'm going to go ahead and lay my fish on top. This is fish that Josh caught himself instead of buying, so it might be easier to have some actual fillets you buy in the store, but I'm just going to layer it in, and then I was going to put some rosemary on. I would recommend you probably just leave the whole sprig on, but the little leaves were just sort of falling off. Then I'm going to lay in my sage. And I'm going to use a garlic press and squeeze that over the fish and the lemon and the herbs. Then I'm going to layer in 2 pats of butter. This is only 1 tablespoon. I know it looks like a lot. Then I'm going to put in some cherry tomatoes. I didn't initially plan on putting these in there, but I had some left over from last week, so I figured I'd go ahead and use them up. Once you've got everything in, you're going to fold this into a little packet, sort of like, well, I don't want to say a burrito. You're going to fold it different than that, but just try and tuck everything inside, and you want it to be sort of tight. And fold all of the ends over, trying really hard not to rip it. If you do, you can just rewrap it with another piece of tin foil. And it seems like I'm going really slow here. But once you got everything wrapped up, just go ahead and repeat that a few more times. I definitely want to take a moment though to recommend you not do more than 1 or 2 days at a time, because fish does not keep very well in the fridge, even if you store it correctly. So I would probably only do 1-2 days max, and then, remake it when you decide that you want to make some more. Basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to put these little packets in the oven, and they are going to sort of roast in that packet, and all of the flavors will stay together. There shouldn't be very much cleanup that we need to do. Ideally, all of the juices will stay in the foil and we can just toss it afterwards. Now that doesn't always happen. Sometimes your tin foil will rip, or sometimes some of the juices from the vegetables or the fish or whatever will sort of boil out of the corners. So I recommend that you put it on a baking sheet, even though it's in the little packets. But these are also handy to do like on the grill, and to make sure you have like single servings for people, or to take camping with you. Maybe not like, rosemary and fish if you're camping, but I mean, if you catch fish and you happen to have some rosemary with you, fine. Listen, we're gonna have some people come over this weekend, and my house is disgusting because I've been at work all the time or out of the state, and so now I'm home at a decent time, have no excuses. I'm gonna clean the house. I don't know if you've ever seen Howl's Moving Castle, but I feel like my bedroom looks like Howl's little nest room right now. Just so many dirty clothes. I feel even more hot now, I think, because I was talking about the thing that's really bothering me at work right now. Still kind of hot. Everything will be fine, one way or the other. Everything will work out. Everything will be fine. As long as I don't stress eat because of it, everything will be fine. Oh, again, let me shift topic really quick. I want to show you something I got in New York. These, which probably look huge to some people, I'm sure, but to me, they're kind of small. They're supposed to be a 3X, and the waistband is big enough, but because of my apron belly, they aren't long enough. It just wouldn't be good for me to wear these, and they wouldn't be sort of like loose and blousy like they're supposed to be. So I got these for a goal outfit. They're supposed to be sort of cute and loose and blousy and flowy like linen, and I really liked them. There's no way they fit me now, but I've been trying recently to try and re-find some motivation. I feel like every time I find it, I just let myself slip backwards a little bit. So I got these to hang up in my very dirty room where there's already too many clothes. And hopefully by next summer I will be in these. And hopefully by the time my apron belly is small enough to wear them, they aren't too big around, because that's where I carry most of my weight. So there's that for you. Also, to try and be more positive, I joined Twinbody the other day, which I mentioned in my last video, which is completely free if you want to join it and follow me on there. It's like Instagram, but only positivity is allowed. So like if anybody's negative, their comments get removed, and if they're too negative too often, they get booted. So it's really about people trying to get healthy. And basically what it does is matches you up with someone who either had a similar starting weight or has a similar current weight, or maybe whose starting weight is where you're at now. You can change the filter however you want to do it, but basically you enter in your starting weight, your current weight, and your goal weight, and then you can sort of match with people who are like going through similar things or who have experienced similar stuff as you. It's pretty cool. I've only been on there a few days so far, but so far everybody's been really nice and supportive. So if you're already on there, you can find me at Back to Chubby, all one word, or if you want to join, there's a link in the description box below so that you can join and follow me on there. You can also find me on other social media like Twitter and Instagram with username Back to Chubby, all one word. There is a Facebook page, but I never remember about it, so I don't know when the last time it was updated. Probably about as long ago as I updated the blog. So, looking good. If social media is not really your thing, but you still want to connect with me, my P.O. Box information is also in the description box below, as well as a link to BetterHelp, which is the mobile counseling service I use, and which I really need to use today, because I feel like I'm a little stressed out. I'm very stressed out. Anyway. I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy and healthy. Remember to just keep trying the best you can. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. I will see you guys on Saturday because I'm moving my way into Saturday. So I will see you soon. Bye.